Hello everyone. Welcome to a review of Secret Level. This review will contain spoilers, certain spoilers. I won't spoil everything, obviously, but sometimes it might seem like I will spoil everything. But yeah, spoilers ahead. This will be a comprehensive thing to give it like a rating, like the entire show rating, and I will also give each individual episode a personal rating. It's a personal rating, so take it with a grain of salt. I didn't look it up anywhere, so like this is just coming from my brain, I guess. So starting first with the Dungeons and Dragons one. Personally, I've never played Dungeons and Dragons ever in my life. Never really had too many opportunities, I guess, to play that. Very interesting. I really like the dragons. I really love how detailed they look like, and also like how this entire episode was made up. It was very nice with um, the the cleric getting literally how's it called? Kind of blessed again, so he's like he doesn't have any curse anymore in him. It's like really cool. It's like an entire mission based off of that, and like the dragon is like kind of like the how should I explain this? It's the dragon is kind of just like taking the curse from him, and while he's doing that, the dragon is like dying, and then they have to fight like some inner dragons, and there's a lot going on in this entire episode. I would rate this one. It was kind of a short episode. It would have been nice if it would have been a little longer, but I think that's just a thing with like Love, Death and Robots and Secret Level. But since the time they've been given, I would give it like an 7 out of 10 or like 8 out of 10, because some of the parts I feel like were a bit rushed. I felt like I don't know. I just felt like this whole scenery was a bit rushed, and then woo, some dark sorcerer is appearing now and on the bridge, and he's like like I don't know, I feel like this whole thing was a bit like rushed because they didn't have too much time, I think. But overall it was a very enjoyable experience. The dragon was also very wise, and like the whole thing felt really nice to watch as well. So definitely one of the best episodes already, starting off with a really good, huge first episode, I think. Very huge. The next one is even better than the than the last one, honestly. The way they executed this was like so good. I don't know, it's basically like how should I explain it right? It's the first time I'm doing a review, by the way. So like I've never done this before. So but yeah, it's just like a young teenage or like a young adult that is just trying to enjoy his life, try finding like a purpose, or like avenging like his father, basically, like any Japanese show almost. Where there's this one dude that is trying to avenge like their father and all of that, but the way they executed this one was really, really, really interesting. They got a lot of like epic scenes in there, also like, some fighting scenes. And then there was like this really nice grandma that he was like visiting even when he got older, and it was kind of crazy, like hard-hitting moment when the ending came to all of that, and he he was like I hope it was worth it or something, like, do you think it was worth it or something like that? I don't know. It ended like really crazy in my opinion, and the whole story and everything, the fight and how they actually started fighting and how it got how it climaxed was kind of good as well. The art style is obviously phenomenal. It's awesome. It looks great. Everything they did was super great. Kind of reminded me a bit of an Arcane art style, if I'm being honest, from League of Legends. Very good. I would give this one like definitely an 8, because Sifu was one of the better ones too. So the next one is Outer Worlds. yeah. um, yeah, very cool. I picked out this scene. It was more funny, you know. Like this is like more a meme episode. You might go at me and look at me like, what? Like, how is this like a meme episode or something? Like, no. The thing is, like, this is the only cool scene in the thing, and because the whole time it's like kind of like this joking attire that he's a king, and he really just wants to like get his king back, you know, like his crown back, and he keeps dying over and over and over. Like it just keeps dying until the king that is like above him on this island where nobody can die and everyone is like respawning. It's a fun part about it too. Like he just gives up. And he's like, "You just take the crown already. I'm getting bored of you." So it's like a meme episode. I give this like a 5 or 4 out of 10. Like this one kind of sucked for me a lot, but it was also funny. I did have like some laughs here and there, so I guess me rating it so low is kind of criminal. So I should maybe give it like a 6, because it was just random, you know, random and fun. But the thing is, it wasn't like fitting in with this like whole thing before, you know. But that's kind of like how Love, Death and Robots was when they released it, and every episode was completely different from the other one, so I cannot really rate it based off the last 2 episodes I watched. So yeah, I give this one a 6 out of 10. Definitely enjoyable. One of the funniest things I've seen in a while, honestly. But not really my cup of tea. It's more like medieval and everything. I'm more like futuristic, but that's also the next thing. Unreal Tournament. Yeah, kind of cool. I did like the concept of the robots getting rogue and then like starting a rebellion kind of thing. That was kind of cool. I did like that they really introduced the setting here. A lot of people didn't like this kind of thing, but I did really like this entire episode. This really put me back to Love, Death and Robots when there was this one episode where they were fighting like monsters against each other in this arena. You know, this kind of reminded me of that in a way. I don't want to spoil too much about this one. Obviously, you should definitely watch this one. It's also one of the better ones. Basically, some of the robots are also like getting hacking the system. So like at the end of it, they're like kind of just taking control of everything there, like in the arena at least, and starting like a rebellion at least. Because they were always used as dual bots to play against players, and then they started a rebellion when, some guy decided to destroy that with like feet, and it was you robots don't have emotions or something. I don't know. But yeah, it's one of the better ones as well, but it's definitely not as good as the first 2 episodes. So I'm gonna rate this one lower also with a 6, I think. It's kind of interesting, but it lacks character a bit. And I don't know, it just lacks something. I can't really explain it. Yeah, the next one is Warhammer. I don't really need to say anything, honestly. It's an 8.5 for me. Like, it's even 9. It was so good. Or should I just give it a 10? You know what? I'm just gonna give it a 10. I always liked Warhammer. I liked Warhammer a lot, even like when growing up as well. Like I played Dark Crusade and Soulstorm. Those were my 2 favorite ones. I'm really sad that they kind of like drifted off that path and they just decided to make like different kind of genre of games. But I really liked the top-down ones when they were doing like Soulstorm and Dark Crusade. I kind of missed those times, you know. I don't know why they're not doing like something new. Maybe they are. They're just like done for free, but there's only a bunch of fractions that you can play there, I think. Kind of like stopped checking Warhammer because I haven't played that for a long time. Honestly, the tabletop game is better, is probably what most people would say. But I've never played it. I did have like an Imperial Guards collection before in real life that I wanted to paint at some point. I never ended up doing it. I don't know. Don't ask me. I don't really have the Imperial Guard figurines anymore. I think I gave them away to like some people that were playing Warhammer at the Warhammer table shop, games shop or something, because I didn't got use for it anymore. Yeah, so I do like the Baneblade though of Imperial Guard. It's a very cool tank. Very cool. And Lehman Russ, obviously. So yeah, Warhammer, this episode was crazy, beyond crazy. Like, it really felt like the Space Marines were put under pressure to challenge themselves, you know? Like, it was like really intense. It was like as if they were challenged themselves to a new point. And there was only, I think, one Space Marine that could like withstand like the brain manipulation like the aliens did to them. And that was so epic when he like got through it and like he actually like, you know, Space Marines are crazy. Definitely a 10 out of 10 for me. 10 out of 10 episode for me. Not just because it's Warhammer. It was literally a good thing. Like, if you watch it and if you're into like high action and like a little bit of gore and stuff, with that sort of thing, then that stuff is crazy. Not that I'm into gore or anything, but like that stuff is like really fucking well executed and like well done. Like, you really feel like they had no choice but do this, you know. Like, that was their duty, you know. That was their duty, which was kind of crazy, you know. Yeah, very very good episodes, especially the raiding of like the monsters on the bikes and stuff that drove across them. So epic, completely epic, like in this Grand Canyon or whatever that was. Looked so good. So now, moving on to Pac-Man. Pac-Man, I was very surprised how they introduced Pac-Man, because when I heard about Pac-Man in Secret Level, I was like, oh my god, they put Pac-Man in it? Oh my god, that's gonna be so cool. Like a tiny like thing that's like eating cherries and like, you know, like eating ghosts and stuff. That's gonna be so cool, like seeing this in live action. I was so wrong. This thing is so dark. But like, this episode is so dark that I kind of hated it, okay? Like, I actually hated this episode. This episode is a 0 out of 10 for me. A 0. I love the art style and everything. Like, if I give a complete honest opinion about just the artistic value of it, then obviously like the art style is like an easy 7 out of 10. And I was just a bit surprised because this has nothing to do with Pac-Man at all. This is not Pac-Man. What is that? You know, like, or maybe I just didn't get the message or something like that, but this was not Pac-Man. This was not Pac-Man. Like, are you hungry and stuff? Like, what? yeah, obviously they're eating the pellets and stuff, but I still didn't get that. I didn't get anything. This was like more cannibalism. This was like literal cannibalism or something like that. This is a 0 out of 10 for me. Like, personally, also the story was a bit weird too. Like, like you have to eat, like, or be eaten, you know. Like, they're going back to the primal principles for that, which was kind of cool, I guess. I don't want to keep it like at 0. Like, it definitely was very artistic and very unique, you know, and definitely caught me off guard. But if you have a title like Pac-Man, then you actually expect something that is like talking to Pac-Man, you know, and not having some kind of cannibalism thing that is like eating robots or whatever. Like, that's missing the whole point, you know. Like, you cannot call this Pac-Man if it's not Pac-Man. Like, what are you doing? Like, that was so messed up, I think. This was very very messed up. I don't want to go more than 3. I give it like a 3, and the story was also a bit weird with that as well. Gave me a bit of solo leveling vibes from the anime Solo Leveling, but that was done better than this one, I think. This has nothing to do with Pac-Man. If they called this like, okay, let's just say like they called this the cannibal or something as an episode, then that would have been better, a more fitting approach. But since they used like a Pac-Man and they also advertised it as Pac-Man with the same font as Pac-Man, this kind of sucked because a lot of Pac-Man fans, or a lot of people that played Pac-Man back in the days and wanted to see Pac-Man, were probably very disappointed with this. Like, very disappointed. But yeah, if this episode was called The Cannibal, it would have been a 6 out of 10. Now I'm giving it a 3 out of 10 because it misses like the mark, you know. Like it was a good thing, you know, like a good thing by itself, but it has nothing to do with Pac-Man. There was a scene where you could see like this player or whatever it was, like picking a cherry from a tree that looked like a Pac-Man cherry, but that didn't do it. Like honestly speaking, that did not do it. I would even give it a 5 out of 10 because this whole thing was just weird. 5 or 4 out of 10. But yeah, the current rating of it now, just so you know, I will also always put it on the screen as 3 out of 10 for me. Like, it's not more than that. The next one, I really love this episode. I don't know why. Crossfire, also one of my favorite episodes. This is, maybe some of you don't like this live action stuff, but this was like a solid like 9 out of 10. It really like put the high pressure that were put on like SWAT teams, but it was like SWAT team against a SWAT team. So that was like really interesting. It was like people that were actually like kind of from their same kind of training field, you know. So they both knew what they were doing. So that was like super interesting. Like they were hiding inside of a bridge, so the sniper couldn't get them. So they already calculated that there's gonna be a sniper there, and they kind of like played around it. And when they were rushing, because they thought everyone was dead, there was actually another sergeant that was commanding them to like stay dead, and then they would like pull a bomb and then really like explode some of their team members of the other squads. Even though they were also pretty careful, they had to check obviously if they're really dead, you know. But they tried to be careful because, you know, it was a highly tense moment, and if you're in a pressure moment like this, then you might do something stupid because for a split second you don't react right, and then boom, everything explodes. And with the briefcase and everything, it felt really nice. The character that was running away from it and that got the money, all of that was very stupid, but kind of fun as well. Like this whole thing was very intense. The ending got a really dark turn while the guy was basically about to shoot the other guy because they killed one of his friends, and it was very intense, but they were the good guys, so like they let them live, you know, and they were also just doing their jobs. Like both of these people were basically doing their jobs, you know, but obviously you don't know like who's the good guy and who's the bad guy until like things turn out a certain way. I think this one was called New Worlds, or I think it was New Worlds. No, this one was The Outer Worlds. Oh my god, I messed up the... I'm so sorry, by the way. New World was the other one, and this one is Outer Worlds. I apologize for the confusion. This one is New Worlds right here. And this one is Outer Worlds, what we're watching here right now. Yeah, like you have to understand, I was trying to keep everything in my brain. I have nothing in front of me that tells me any of these titles, so I try to put them into my brain right now. And even going over them is kind of hard for me, but I try. So this is Outer Worlds, and dude, this was just fucking sad. I don't know, like, he was like so happy, like finding like a girlfriend or something like that, and he didn't have like a care in the world. And then like he started losing all of his limbs because they were experimenting on him for some fucking reason to like research, but that research was just an entire fraud. And when he was actually talking to this woman that was leading all of this bullshit, dude, she was like, I'm so sorry, like that we did this to you. And he's like, it's okay. And then, like, imagine being in that position. He lost all of his limbs. He literally lost all of his limbs, like, his, like, legs and, like, his arms, I think. And he got them replaced with, like, mechanical ones or something like that because of these tests he went through. And then, like, he hugs her as if she did everything right, you know. And then at the very end, he's just like he's literally like almost like on his own, like just like, you know, wiping the ground with a mop, pretty much. Like not with a mop, but like with the dust away from. It's so fucking sad. I don't know, like he didn't get money for this. He didn't get anything in return. He absolutely didn't get anything. He got completely abused. This guy got completely abused, narcissistically abused. Like at the beginning, it kind of felt like a comedy show or something like that. It had like a really soft and soothing start with like this girl and all of that. But the more he spent time with her, like the more limbs he actually lost, because he kept doing the experiments, and she, like his girlfriend, for some fucking reason was fine with it or something like that. She didn't tell anything. Like she didn't tell him to like stop or something like that. And at the end of the day, he almost like lost everything, and he got completely like outplayed almost. Like this poor guy here, like he almost lost like everything except for his girlfriend, I guess. But he could have gotten so much more out of this, and he didn't get anything. He could have asked for like at least money in return or like anything, but he just accepted it. I don't know. Then like he got completely like screwed over, like in every single possible way that you could think of. Like that stuff made me really sad. It's like, I don't know. Like the art style obviously was good. The story was like, I just wish it had a better turn at the end. That like he got turned into a freaking millionaire after that, or like he got like ascended to heaven or something like this. But the stuff that he went through and the stuff that he got out from it, he got scammed. Like his life was a scam. His life was an entire scam, and he just accepted it. What the fuck? What the fuck? That shit actually is super sad. I would definitely give him a hug. That is like so fucked. I've never seen something like this, so that definitely was a unique experience. But such a sad story. I don't know. I think it was sad. I think it was so sad. Like, I don't know. I honestly think it was really fucking sad. It was so good though, in a way, but also so bad. Like, I don't know how I should put this. This is like a 5 out of 10 for me, because I was so angry that it got like such a like this poor guy. Like I don't know. Like it just made me so mad. Like this ending, it was kind of genius, but at the same time, it was so fucking rude. I hope at least like karma will get them at some point. Boah, fuck. I'm gonna give it a 7 out of 10. It was a really good thing. I think it was very interesting, very weird approach. They tried to like make it seem funny in a way, but the situation he was actually in was really fucked up, you know. But with the whole time when you watch it, it seems like they're making like fun of this whole thing, you know, when he loses limbs and all of that. That's like the fucked up part about it. I don't know. I give it a 5 out of 10. I'm displeased with it. I don't know. It just gives me a weird Stormish feeling, or even like a 4 out of 10. Okay, like I give it a 4 out of 10. This shouldn't exist. That's the kind of thing that I'm like so torn apart. Yeah, Armored Core is the next one. Well, this is where the Outer Worlds would still give me like such a weird feeling, like all the time. Like even if I have to rewatch it, this gives me such a weird feeling. Especially with that girl that just like hugged him, and he like she got away with it. She got away with it. What the fuck? Armored Core, the next one. Very nice. I think in this one was Keanu Reeves or something like that, if I'm not mistaken. I think so, but I'm not entirely sure. The writer was hearing like some kind of woman's voice. Was very interesting in his head, and he was like destroying like some other robots and all of that, and yeah. This guy completely lost his mind. He wanted to be the best, and there's no one better than him. Kind of deal. Will only get you to like worse places. Like like, and she was even feeding in on that. So like he had no control over it. Like he had control, but her fueling his insanity probably made him more insane. He also took, I think, drugs or something like that before as well, and was alone all of the time. So he was drinking alone in the bar, wasn't talking to the people, and was a really sad guy, honestly. Like, really sad. And I don't know, it kind of felt sad for him because he was so alone. So freaking alone, but it was so good. It was honestly a really good one. Like, he kind of got what he deserved, but at the same time, he didn't, like, you don't really know much about his past, but I don't know, it just gives me such a weird feeling. It's a very good episode, so this one is gonna get an 8 out of 10, honestly. Like, Armored Core, you should watch that. The next one is Mega Man. Unlike Pac-Man. And okay, if they focused like they focused on Mega Man, on actually Mega Man, and not like Pac-Man and focused on cannibalism, then Pac-Man would have probably been really good as well. For me, Mega Man was really nice. Maybe some people from the Mega Man community would be like, well, I don't care. I really like this, and that Mega Man even got a short film like this. You should be more appreciative of the things that you see. Like, you should appreciate more things, because this is not bad. Okay, this is not bad. I just wish it had a longer screen time. Fuck. I wish this had a longer screen time. I wanted to see him like explore the worlds and like, fight like some machine monsters or something like that. That would have been so cool. They did such a good job executing this. It's a 10 out of 10 for me. Even though it was very cut short at the end. The reason why I'm giving it a 10 out of 10 is because every single episode here is a cut short of that. So I can't really base it off of just that, so this is very, very well done, but like the ending gets like really like whoop, kind of like this. It just disappears. You really expect something else to happen at the end, that he like starts like his journey outside, but then it just ends. They could have put at least one more fight scene in it or something like that, but I don't care. I'm still gonna give it a 10 out of 10 because it's Mega Man. It's freaking Mega Man. So cool. I love it. Such a good episode. I don't really want to spoil anything. You should watch it yourself. It's really good. It's really nice. He's kind of like just saving the whole situation. That's all I'm gonna say. That one. Very nice. I'm very enthusiastic about like these game titles, so that's why I gave Pac-Man a 3 out of 10. I'm still looking at you. Next one, Exodus. Okay, for some reason, I watched part of it, and I think the other part, I just like, I don't know, I just wasn't really aware of it, but apparently it is a highly recommended episode. It's like really awesome. Don't know too much of it. Honestly, I can't really tell so much of it. I watched all of the episodes, but this one I can barely remember, honestly. I don't know why. I just barely remember it, even when I was watching. Maybe it was like the typical cliche of like just, I don't know, people like in spacesuits that were just trying to do. I have a very weak argument for this. I'm not gonna say anything. I have a very weak argument for this. But yeah, a lot of people would probably give this a 10 out of 10. But it's not my, I don't know. I don't think this is like my kind of style of thing that I'm used to watching. I just have to rewatch it again. I think I'm gonna rewatch it again, and in the description I'm just gonna write something what my changed opinion of it. Maybe it's like as if it's like gone off my brain. I don't know. I can't really say anything about this. So I'm not gonna give this a rating, but apparently it's supposed to be like really liked by most of the audience, like kind of like Warhammer 40k. So I have to rewatch that. I don't know how I did, maybe not even see most of it, but anyways, moving on to Spelunky. A lot of people seem to not like this one. I love it. I love it. I don't know. I just love it. I like the art style. It kind of reminds me also of like Arcane or like some kind of Disney style too. It's very cute, and it also has a very important message that you have to keep trying, sometimes over and over again, in order to achieve what you want to have, or like what you're proceeding to have. Yet you just have to keep trying, and I think that's honestly a really good mindset to have. And this little adventurer is literally trying, even though she knows she is like failing. And she has like another one that is like helping her a bit. And she's also motivating her. Like the next adventure might maybe the adventure where you make it out alive, you know, like the next adventure. It has a really nice message that you should never give up, and that you have a burning fire in your soul that you should always consider taking charge of, and like doing something with that fire inside of your soul. And that is one of the most powerful messages I've ever heard, I think, in a long time, honestly. Like this is very nice, and it kind of reminds me of Indiana Jones, which also gives it some plus points as well. So for me, this is like a simple like 8 out of 10. Like I don't know. I feel like some people just don't know what's good. I'm just kidding. It's my own personal opinion, right? So should like so. Yeah. Next one is Concord. I love it. I love everything about it. This team is nice. And this little axolotl, look at them, little axolotl. Look at them, it's so cute. Okay. Need to stop. My furry genes are exploding. But very cute, very adorable. They're basically like thieves, kind of like, or not thieves, but like they just try to make a living, man. You know, with like some, I don't know, crazy stunts where they just try to get the monies and stuff, you know, like how's it called again? How's it called? And it's also a very dangerous job since you get yourself into trouble very easily. They're basically thieves in a way, but I kind of love this trio. They're just literally trying to make a living. And I also love the entire episode because there were really nice action scenes, and she, like this bean right here, she was like inside of a suit, and then she has some secret weapons that she suddenly like put out. And they were also on a rescue mission as well to rescue this bean here, I think this bean. So yeah, and that was kind of cool how they rescued her and everything. I did like this whole thing. It was kind of good, honestly. The game might not be as good, but like I give this like a solid, like I would say like 7 out of 10, because there's also some plot twists happening with some of the people that operate like the plane and all of that. Not the plane, but like the sci-fi. Oh my god, the oh my god, the ship basically. You know, like the kind of rocket ship or whatever that's supposed to be. But yeah, spaceship. Sorry. I'm sometimes really stupid. I'm sorry. But it was very good. It was very good, very well put together. There was some kind of betrayal happening, but this guy got immediate consequences because of that betrayal. Like sometimes it really hits like that, and then you're gonna be like, there is karma outside of that. So yeah, that's good. Was a 7 out of 10, I would say. So the next episode should have been the last episode. Honest opinion right now, it should have been the complete last episode of this entire series, because the secret level should have ended with this as the last episode, not fulfillment playtime. That's what I'm saying right now. This should have been the last episode. Honor of Kings very, 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 very crazy mind games in this one. Like, mind game episode, lots of mind games, especially like this guy trying to make the person that is challenging him go crazy, and he almost gets through with that, but then like this guy is like deciding something even more crazy. He's sacrificing himself in order to like save everyone. So he put that stone on the table, so like he saves everyone else, and this flabbergasted this guy so much. And like, you should watch it yourself. Like, I don't want to spoil way more than I already did right now. You should watch this one. Like, this is a 11 out of 10. This episode is way better than the Warhammer one as well, I would say. Even though there's less action happening, personally speaking, it's more intriguing for me because I like psychological stuff. I like watch Psychopaths, Death Note, Code Geass, and all of those fun with Darker Than Black. Those animes before. So Elfenlied as well. So I like, there's so much like psychological stuff going on here. Very, very good. Also 91 Days, and you get it. Like, I'm a weep. Okay. I did watch a lot of psychological anime. I don't watch anything less psychological, I guess. But this is very pleasing for me. Very nice, and I get the message also that this guy is trying to portray. Jiong Tong. I don't know how this guy was. Tiao Zhong. I don't know how this guy was called again, but yeah. Very, very, very good episode. Very good. Very, very good. Next one. Playtime Fulfillment. It's a cute episode. The facial expressions in this one are a bit weird than compared to all of the other ones. It's a bit less detailed. I think this is completely done in Unreal Engine, or rendered in Unreal Engine, but that also shows how powerful Unreal Engine can be. She's basically like driving like a bicycle that turns into a freaking motorcycle because of this little blue guy that she finds, that she gets from this other guy. And then this robot that follows her is like kind of part of the government, and then like she's getting rid of that little robot, and then she destroys that because it starts going hostile against her and all of that. And there's like a bunch of things happening, and she's just trying to like have an exciting life, like very exciting, lots of movement, lots of action happening, very rapid, fast-paced things. There's a lot of things happening at once. It's good for ADHD people, probably. I didn't like that episode. This was very mid for me. I didn't like the blue thing, whatever that was supposed to be. Like a slime or goober. I don't know what that was. I do like the colors of her hair, and that she was so vibrant and colorful. That's what I do like. But they could have done something way better than this. I don't know. Like, she got like a mission, and she was decided like she basically took a mission like as if she was like in a video game kind of deal. Like, and then at the end, like, she passed that video game, so she got into this new world, which was kind of cool. I did like the ending. Of this, but it was not as intriguing as the other things. Like, most of the things that I watched, this was like more a forgettable experience, sadly. But I can see the effort that got put into all of these, by the way. Even Pac-Man got probably put way more effort than this thing here. So I'm gonna give this like a, I don't know. This is like so forgettable, dude. I don't know. That's the only thing that's kind of nice is like that she passed some kind of test that we're doing. But this is like a 3 out of 10 maybe for me too, or like a 2 out of 10. Like that. This episode just sucked. I don't know. Just sucked. And maybe because the movement also made me almost dizzy, because there was so much camera movement happening. I almost got very dizzy from that. Yeah. I would say, like, in retrospect of all of the ratings that I gave to most of these, I'm just gonna try to put some episodes that I ranked kind of bad to the side so I can make a better judgment right now. Okay, this one was something that I didn't rate, so I'm gonna put this one off. Yeah, there were a lot of episodes that I actually ranked quite high, honestly. Oh yeah, this one also, this one goes this way as well. Oh, this one is too. So there were like 4 episodes in this entire 15 episodes season 1 that I did not like as much. The top episodes that I liked the most were this one, like Honor of Kings, Warhammer 40k. I'm not sure if I want to put Dungeons and Dragons on here, honestly. Because medieval things are not really my thing, you know. Mega Man, obviously. Like, if I would have to rate my top 3, I honestly just have it right now, I think. Like, I would rate it like this. Or maybe Crossfire. Oh my god, I cannot decide right now. Oh my god. What is, like, my top 3? That is, like, a bit difficult. I'm kind of torn between... I'm just gonna give something 2 spaces, okay? So, what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna go back a little bit, so you can see more. I'm gonna put like a bunch of things on the same space now. I did really like Warhammer and Crossfire were like on the same space, honestly, and Honor of Kings were kind of like this. Then we have Mega Man. Maybe I can put one more on there. And Sifu was also honestly also really good, but Concord, should I put Concord? Sri Lanki, Sifu. Sifu or Dungeons and Dragons. Sifu or Dungeons and Dragons. Sri Lanki is more cute, but they could have also done it better, you know. Like Sifu was honestly better. I'm gonna put Sifu like right on here. So this is place 4, okay? So we have 4 places now. I hope you can see everything. I should be able to, I think. I'm not sure. But if you cannot see it, I put Sifu on 4. Yeah. So this is like basically my list. So we have Honor of Kings on first place, and then we have Crossfire and Warhammer 40k on the same, so second place. And then we have Mega Man right under it, and then we have Sifu. That is probably the end of my list, honestly. Like, Crossfire really left a mark with me, actually. This is like kind of cool. Like, kind of reminded me of Blacklist in a way. Like the show Blacklist. So then that was kind of cool. Yeah, that's my list now, I would say. Maybe I would put Sifu higher than Mega Man, because I would have loved to see like a bit more from Mega Man than we got to see, if I'm being honest. So like, I'm gonna put Sifu a bit higher. Yeah, that's my last list though. Like, hope you're happy with this. You can also write your favorite 4. And yeah, I cannot decide if I like Crossfire more or Warhammer 40k. Like, I cannot decide it. Obviously, graphically wise, Warhammer definitely takes the number 1 spot there. Story wise and like execution wise, Warhammer also takes a spot there. I guess Warhammer is second, and then third is Crossfire, and then Sifu, and then Mega Man. But I do like a lot of the combat aspect in Crossfire, and that they're in fact fighting against the SWAT against SWAT. It's kind of like as if Space Marines would be fighting against Space Marines, you know? And that's the kind of crazy part. That's why I put them on the same spot. You know, like they're both like highly intelligent forces, and they're just fighting against each other. It's kind of crazy. Yeah, okay. I'm done with this review now. This went on for way too long. 44 minutes. Oh my god. Okay, yeah, thank you for watching. I honestly really hope that you did enjoy watching this, and you can feel free to write like anything in the comments. So yeah, thank you so much for watching. Bye bye.